Well, Clint, just talk about when you got the word and what your reaction was.
It's all surreal at first, especially because it's just all been such a I guess a roller coaster for me, and to finally get what I've been working so hard for, and what I've dreamed of getting is, it's the best feeling. But at the same time, I know it carries a lot of responsibility, and I gotta really buckle down and get serious, and even more serious. Like I said, I feel good about how I've been preparing, but I just gotta take it to the next level. And but it was an awesome moment for me.
Clint, talk about playing your first start at Baton Rouge against the #1 team in the country.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it. Somehow, a bunch of people already know about it. But they're like, #1 team in the country. It'd be a great way to start it off. But they're a great defense. There's no doubt about it. They hardly have any weaknesses, if any. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But I kind of almost wouldn't want it any other way. But it's going to be huge for us this week preparing for them. Especially me having hardly any experience and 0 starts, and it's going to be big for us this week to get prepared. So when we get in there, and I've heard just stories about how loud it is. So we'll be ready then, and we'll have to worry about it.
Who actually delivered the news to you? Did Gene tell you, Gus tell you? Had it come down?
We had Coach Chiswick and Coach Malzahn met with me.
Coach Chiswick's office?
Coach Malzahn's office.
Were you, did you have, I know you were trying not to, you said you were trying not to think about it. You were just going to go on about your business, but you had to be thinking about it. Were you expecting it?
Well, I got to be careful on how I word this. It's just playing quarterback, and I guess you say other positions here. You have to think you're the best, and that's just how it is. I've said that before when I didn't get it, and I said that last year, and I've heard other guys say it. So I've expected it the whole time, but that's just because I'm a competitor. But I prepared myself for everything. I learned a lot from last time, so I wasn't going to get too high or too low, expect anything. I was just going to go in there and just completely level-headed and just even keel on whatever happens, and I did, and I got the best news and that I could get. So I even more so I had to just make sure I just stayed even keel and not get too happy. Handle it the best way, because it was very exciting. It's just crazy to think about it, but it's at the same time it's what I've given 2.5 years of my entire life to do.
Last game you started was in 2A state championship game?
A long time ago, three.
And now you're going to start in Tiger Stadium?
Yeah, it's not that big of an adjustment, Sulligent was pretty fast defensively. They had some D linemen. I think their biggest one was about 220 pounds, so it won't be that big of an adjustment. But okay, maybe it's the best defense that I might possibly ever face in my first start. But that's just why. That's why you come to Auburn. That's why you play SEC. That's why you have the big dreams. What bigger stage could I possibly play on? And I get to start on it is, I'm so lucky, so blessed.
You feel like you're talking about not getting too high and too low. Obviously, it was disappointing the last 2 years that you didn't get the job. Do you worry about maybe that kind of roller coaster when you go down there? Because it's not going to be perfect, obviously. So emotionally, how what are you trying to tell yourself, or how you prepare?
Well, I've been through a lot here. Probably not more than anybody's ever been through here, but I've been through a lot, and a lot of ups and downs emotionally, and I always pull through mentally. And but at the same time, I still make a mistake of saying, I've learned, or I feel like I'm mature. It's like it's never. I feel like a never in the past. I feel like it's now. I finally realize that I'm still learning. I did learn from that, but I'm still learning, and so I feel really good about where I'm at. But at the same time, I do know that there's going to be some tough situations, but I do feel very good about. The fact that I'm going to stay level-headed, even keel, because that's my main focus off the field. I mean, that's just the only thing that popped in my head. You know, my teammates, they were so pumped after we scored that touchdown. You know, they were coming, congratulating me, and it was awesome. And you know, the only thing I could think about was just, you know, I've been way too low, and they see me like that. I don't want them to see me too high. You know, I gotta show consistency to them. You know, they already care about me because I care about so many of them, but just want to give them consistency emotionally, so I'm not worried about it.
Clint,
Really.
it seemed like it energized a lot of guys when you went in the game, and I know you're close to a lot of those guys. There's a lot more people on this team that came in with you, and in your kind of general age group. Did you feel that? Did you feel their energy when you went in the game?
I did. I did. You know, you know, everybody's you know, favorite guys to back up, and you know, everybody, especially the fans, and you know, they were a little energetic, and I think that had a little something to do with it. But you know, no matter how high or low I've been, you know, I've never changed towards the guys on the team, because you know, they're the reason that you come, you know, and that's something I necessarily didn't stress, you know, as far as picking a school. But I mean, your teammates are who you're with every single day, and if you don't have good teammates and you don't like your teammates, you're just going to be absolutely miserable, and you're not going. There's no way to do good. So, man, I have a great relationship with almost everybody. I mean, I love everybody on that team. I have so many good friends, and you know, they were just happy for me. I think they know how much time and effort I've put into it, and you know, how much I've been through. Like I said, it's not the most, but they just know what I've been through, and you know, I love those guys, so they were happy for me.
Clint, have you heard from your high school coaches since Saturday night?
Yeah, I talked to him. I talked to him yesterday, and then he just texted me as I was walking here.
What did he tell you?
He just said, you know, congrats, we're so proud of you. You know, we knew you had it in you.
I don't know if you've seen any of the last, besides film, that you're the third straight new quarterback to start against, to have the honor and distinction of starting against LSU's defense. Is that?
I didn't even.
So you hadn't
Who they
seen
play
any
last week?
They let's see, it's been
Tennessee.
Florida and then Tennessee with Matt Sims.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't think there's anything to that, but I mean, I know that they're probably going to be coming straight for me. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt about that. You know, no stars, no experience. They're probably pumped up over there, excited, but I mean, it's just, it couldn't get any better. I mean, aggressive defense, #1 team in the country. I mean, you know, all the hype coming up into it. You know, it's Death Valley and everything, but you know, I mean, that's, I mean, yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking. But at the same time, like, how better? I mean, how could you draw it up better? I mean, that's just the most dramatic situation you can think of. That's awesome. That's what we play the game for.
Do you feel like you're kind of carrying the banner for that little town where you play?
I do. You know, it's awesome to just get people from Leroy to call and be emotional, you know, after they saw the ESPN thing, and I hadn't played it down, you know, I mean, and, well, you know, hadn't started, and, I mean, it's just such a big deal to them, you know, and not necessarily the fact that I'm just playing and you know, getting a little publicity. It's just the fact that I'm, you know, not letting the fact that I was a little school and a small school guy, you know, affect it, or, and overcoming that, because, you know, I mean, I would say I was shafted by any means, but you know, I was looked at as, you know, the little school guy, you know, a little hesitant on him. I'd rather have a bigger school guy than taking a chance on him. But yeah, I mean, I kind of do. You know, it feels so good to just, you know, I've had so many people from Leroy, Facebook, text, call, you know, just to make them proud. As you know, it's pretty cool, because you know, nobody knows where Leroy is, and everybody makes fun of it on the team, and you know, it's slowly changing. You know, it's we still got a little work to do, but it's slowly changing, and I hope we can get Sammy healthy, and he can help me out a little bit with that. But yeah, I do kind of feel like that a little bit, but I mean, it's a great feeling too, just to make people in Leroy happy. You know, just a country kid from Leroy making people happy is I mean, it's weird to think about.
We're talking Barrett.
I have not yet. You know, going through that situation, the best thing for me was just to get away. You know, like I think I've told y'all before, it took me a few days, and it's going to. I mean, it's just, that's a huge deal. I mean, there's no way to downplay this. At the moment, I mean, yeah, you know, y'all grown-ups can probably look back and be like, oh, it's not that big, but to us, I mean, it's humongous. So I know how he feels, and I'm gonna give him a little bit. And I'm probably just gonna text him and be like, you know, whenever they're gonna talk, let me know. I know how it is, and I love you.
What do you think about going against LSU's corners, kind of guys who like to take chances?
You know, it's you know, it's definitely it can play into our favor, you know, or at the same time we know we have to be very precise and timing has to be great. You know, like you said, they're very aggressive, so I mean they could really hurt us. I mean they could change a game with a you know, pick six, very quick. That Claiborne guy, he's very good. He's one of the best in the country. So we know we just have to be on top of it. You know, but at the same time, it could help us. Their aggression.
Appreciate it, Clint.
Thank you.